Alright, welcome back to another review. This time reviewing a Patrick Swayze movie that doesn't get really much talked about. This one came out in 1998, and this movie is called Black Dog, starring Patrick Swayze. Also, the singer Meatloaf, who also died this year. He's a famous singer. A lot of you young people don't know who Meatloaf is. Yeah, I know who he is, I just never listened to his music. It's probably good. I think he's probably a rock singer or something. I never listened to his music. He's in this movie. He's a bad guy. Stuff like that. We'll get to that. So, Black Dog. Let's talk about Black Dog. So, this is a Patrick Swayze movie. And after this movie, he doesn't really do anything like this type of film anymore. Like Roadhouse, this movie, or Point Break. He does none like that type of stuff anymore after Black Dog. After Black Dog, he had a bunch of these weird roles. Like, after Black Dog, he had roles like a film called Letters from a Killer with Forrest Whitaker. No, that's not Forrest Whitaker. No, this one is some British crime drama, it says. Then he did a film called Forever Lulu. It's a comedy. Then I hear Green Dragon with Forrest Whitaker, which no one ever even heard of. Donnie Darko, this overrated ass film people always fucking talk about. Donnie Darko this, Donnie Darko that. And I think that's his last big film he was in. That's like a small role for him, I think. But I never watched that crap, Donnie Darko. I never watched that shit. I never will. It sounds corny as fuck. I'm not watching that shit. But that's probably his last big role, probably. Because there's other ones right here, like direct DVD fucking movies or some shit. Like, I wish he did, like, a couple more action films before he died, Like I said, his last one was Black Dog. These other ones I never even fucking heard of. They're all, like, under the radar or some shit, It sucks. Like, Black Dog's, like, his last fucking one. So let's talk about Black Dog. Let's talk about this fucking movie. So it starts off where these FBI agents were chasing after somebody. Pretty good beginning, and like one of the FBI agents is played by the guy from Groundhog Day. Remember this guy who used to be friends with Phil, the news reporter. He was like, Phil, it's me, Ned. Every time, Bill Murray's character had to keep waking up over and over again. He had to do the same shit over and over again, seeing that guy. And like, there's a couple of times he punches him in the face, or he has to do something nice for him or something. Like that's just fucking hilarious. I love Groundhog Day. I was like, it was funny when I saw him in this movie. I was like, that's the guy from Groundhog Day. And he always shout his friend's name, like, Phil, it's me. It was like, it was hilarious. So then later on, fucking Patrick Swayze is a mechanic. He's working on this truck, trying to fix it, and his boss decides he's gonna rush him to finish it right now, but Patrick Swayze's other boss, like, he wanted to finish by tomorrow, but this guy wants it done now. And Patrick Swayze wanted to pick up his daughter from school and stuff like that, but his boss is an asshole. He was like, you gotta finish your job. Fuck your daughter. I don't give a shit. Just finish your goddamn job. So that happens, and later on, he gets offered a job by this guy at the place. He wants to be a trucker again, and he's not so sure he wants to take that job again because his whole flashback thing. We're gonna get to that soon. Then next scene, he goes home. He talks to his wife, and then he looks at the bank notice and the old money and stuff like that. So Patrick Swayze decides he's gonna take that trucker job, even though he had bad times with that last time. Whereas because a long time ago, well, he was dreaming about it too. He was having a nightmare about the time where he was driving on a rainy, icy road or something, and he ends up this black dog is running through the roads while he was driving. He got scared and he killed these two people in the car, which put him in jail for a couple of years and stuff like that. And he never drove a truck ever since that happened. But now he has no choice. He got to make that money to pay off his bank notice and stuff like that. So he takes the job. He meets with Meatloaf, who runs the truck business and stuff like that. And Meatloaf does a good job in this movie. His fucking name, the singer's name, Meatloaf. Why is his name Meatloaf? I'm sorry. Why is his fucking name Meatloaf? Does he love the food meatloaf or something? That's why his name's Meatloaf? I'm sorry. It's just he has a funny ass name for a singer, man. But yeah, he meets with Meatloaf. And this other guy is this dude who can't sing for shit. He thinks he's like a wonderful singer or something like that. Patrick Swayze like criticized his singing. He got mad. And yeah, this other dude is this black dude who looks familiar. He look like I saw him from somewhere. He looks like he's from that would show A Different World or something. Kadeem Hardison or something. But that's not him. It's some totally different black guy. And this other guy also, this dorky white kid or something, who's also with them, and he acts like a wuss and all that, like a little fucking a big dork, and with long ass, corny ass hair. And those two, the black guy and the white kid, those two are, Patrick Swayze and other guy's protection to, to protect the truck and stuff like that. So, Patrick Swayze gets in the truck, try to figure out how to use the truck and stuff like that again. And he's trying to get used to it. And he finally gets used to the truck and they start driving off. While, the other guy protects them just in case some shit happens. The Meatloaf was talking to the other guy about the truck. Which, the truck has a lot of illegal stuff in there. And you're like, you know what? Fuck it. We gotta get that truck back. So Meatloaf decided to set out a crew to go attack Patrick Swayze and the three other guys, and they get attacked. And later on, they take them out and stuff like that. The car blows up and shit. And then they had to stop the truck and stuff in the car. They figure out what's inside the back of the truck. They figure out got all these illegal firearms and shit, all these other type of crazy illegal stuff in there. And Patrick Swayze was like, he calls the guy up, and the guy's like, he calls on the phone. He's like, dude, what the fuck? I can't be fucking delivering this shit. It's all legal stuff in here. Well, he should have asked me what's inside of there. Like, he has to ask what's inside of there. Like, come on, really? Does he have to ask that? So then Patrick Swayze gives him a hard time, and the guy is like, I don't trust this guy anymore. So he decides to go to his daughter and his wife's house to start some trouble. He doesn't hit her or anything, but he decides he's going to kill her if Patrick Swayze doesn't get the job done. But it doesn't happen later until he actually calls him on the phone about it. And he decides to, switch the car. Well, not switch the car, I meant, decides to tell the white dude who can't sing to switch the car with the black guy because, he doesn't trust him and stuff like that. So he got the black guy in the truck with him instead of the dude that can't sing. He gets a car with the white kid, and then they drive off. But the thing is, the white guy who can't sing, he's the one he's supposed to trust, but he didn't know that until later on, because the black guy was keeping in touch with Patrick Swayze and stuff like that. He knows most of what's going on, the bad guys and stuff like that. Same with the white kid. He's the one that's calling Meatloaf on the phone and telling him where they're at and stuff like that, and all that other bullshit. The guy who can't sing is the only one that's that's not a bad guy. He don't know what the fuck is going on. And later on, they're driving and stuff like that. The truck and stuff like that. And now they get attacked by two other big trucks. Patrick Swayze, I think, a move on them. He pulls one of those tricks on them and gets them to kill those bad guys and stuff like that. Boom, and blow up and shit. And later on, they try to figure out who it keeps calling Meatloaf to set his crew at them. How did he get attracted so easily? How to get found so easily? So Because one thing is the white kid who can't stop peeing so much. They wonder, why does he use the bathroom so much? So they decide to go in the bathroom and check what the hell's going on. And, you know, they push him to the wall, asking him what the hell's going on. You're calling somebody on the phone, stuff like that. No, I'm just checking my messages on my phone. That's all I'm doing. And look, I have a bladder problem because of my kidney and stuff like that. And then they make him squeal for why they're pointing guns at him and shit. It's okay, I'm talking to Meatloaf on the phone and blah, 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 blah. All the other shit. And then, you know, the asshole calls on Patrick Swayze on the phone saying, you know, you better bring my shit here or I'm going to kill your family, stuff like that. He's like, fuck. So Patrick Swayze's pissed. So now they got to travel there to stop that asshole. Well, they're still getting chased by fucking Meatloaf and his crew. And now these two guys on a bicycle, or on their bikes, chasing them and shit like that, pulling out a gun and shooting at them. You know that the black guy gets shot, he gets killed, and you know fucking Patrick Swayze got a battle with Meatloaf. Or when they're driving a truck, he bashes Meatloaf's red truck, and he hits a electrical no, what was it called? Those power surges places. It hits one of those, but he doesn't get shocked or anything. He just blows that thing up, and he was pissed that he lost the truck. Meatloaf. So they escape. You know, like I said, the black guy dies. He tells Patrick Swayze the truth that he been tracking them the whole time. The whole thing with his wife and kids. He knew about that. He knew this and that the whole time, and Patrick Swayze checks in the back and finds this tractor button that tracks everywhere they go in the back of the truck where the guns are at. That's where the black guy put it at. So they get found everywhere they go. He takes the tractor button out of there and puts it in his pocket and he turns it off. And so now they decide to figure out a plan how to get back at this guy who got Patrick Swayze's family and shit like that. So they hang out at the restaurant diner and they talk about it. And the white kid wants out, and the other guy is gonna stay by. The one who can't sing, he's gonna stay by to help out Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze tells the white kid, "You gotta do me a favor." So he puts the tractor on the truck that the white kid gets inside of, which the white kid doesn't even know. Patrick Swayze put the tractor on another man's truck while the kid gets inside of the truck as a passenger. They drive off, and then the FBI agents pull them over, and he pulls out the phone and gives it to one of the FBI agents. And they talk on the phone, and Patrick Swayze talks to him and said about the whole setup thing, that they should come down to the dock and arrest the guy who has my family and stuff like that. And now, you know, Patrick Swayze goes there with his buddy who can't sing, and they go there. And so now the bad guy got his kid and his wife, you know, the gun pointing their head, while Patrick Swayze got his friend with the tractor truck. You know, well, he's in the construction machine, and he got the machine holding onto the truck near the water. If he put his hands on his kids, he's gonna drop that whole truck in the water. Which he does, because he put his hands on his kids. Like, I told you to put your hands on my kid and my family. So they drop the thing in the water, and the guy gets pissed, and the cops show up, and the dude gives his kid back to Patrick Swayze, but he still takes his wife, and they run up the stairs. Patrick Swayze chases after him while the cops battle the bad guy's fucking the crew. Patrick Swayze gets in a fight with him, beat his ass, stuff like that. He almost kills him, but the FBI agents show up, and he decides to let him go because he wants to go back to jail again. And yeah, so the next scene, they get inside the truck. Patrick Swayze, the daughter, and the wife. Oh, I mean, before that, the guy who can't sing, he gets hurt, but he lives. And he gets put in the ambulance. He got shot or something like that, but he lives. He's like all right. But after that, And I thought this movie is over, but I forgot all about Meatloaf. No, I did not forget about Meatloaf. I was like, where's Meatloaf at? He didn't get killed yet or anything. So all of a sudden, Meatloaf shows up out of nowhere. He's driving a truck, chasing after Patrick Swayze and his family. He's like, because he's pissed off, he lost all his goodies. So he rams this truck into Patrick Swayze, and they're getting a little truck battle. Patrick Swayze slams his truck into Meatloaf. Meatloaf hits something, and he blows up, and he gets killed. And the movie ends. I was like, where the fuck is Meatloaf? Like, they forgot all about Meatloaf, and Meatloaf just shows up out of nowhere. He's like pissed off, he lost all his goodies and shit like that. Fat slob. So yeah, this is a pretty good film, man. I actually enjoyed this trucker film. I actually really like it. But like I said, this is his last action film ever. This is his last one. This is 1998. Like I said, after this, he had like stupid films like Donnie Darko and other fucking movies. Like I'd even heard of. Like I don't understand. Like, well, what the fuck happened? Like, what happened? Like he should have at least a lot more action films after fucking 1998 before he died. Like, what the fuck was that? Like, nobody's offer him any action films. Like, he's Patrick fucking Swayze. Like, he should have got more action films. I find him pretty fucking bull. You think about it, pretty fucking bullshit. He should have got more fucking action roles. Like that sucked. Like, the only ones he actually had was fucking Red Dawn, Roadhouse, Black Dog, a couple of other ones too. But that's about it. Like, what the fuck? Point Break. Like, he deserved like more action films. I don't know why he didn't get more than that. Like, he did a lot in the 80s and 90s, but he didn't get none in the 2000s at all. Oh, he started in Donnie Darko as a dad or something. What the fuck ever. This guy deserved more action roles before he died. It really sucked. Like, Black Dog's his last action film. Are you kidding me? Well, yeah, this was a really good film, though. I enjoyed this film. The disappointing career he had, though. Imagine if Patrick Swayze survived his pancreatic cancer, and he was in John Wick, and he helps out John Wick out. You know how fucking awesome that'd be? Fucking Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze team up together again in John Wick movie. That would have been awesome. Man, too bad we never got that shit, man. That would have kicked ass.